Good morning, guys. I'm joining you from the sunny Brisbane River this morning. My name is Lehmann from Silvertail Property Group, and I'm with my business partner, Mr. Nidal Rasheed, the Managing Director. We've had a busy couple of days up here in Queensland looking at the Golden Triangle, and we're just going to talk to you a little bit about some of the opportunities that we've seen, and just like to ask you a couple of questions around that, Nidal.
So, yeah, absolutely.
We had a great opportunity to go up north yesterday and have a look at the sites up at North Lakes and the overflow into sites like Stone Ridge, and we've made our way across to other sites like Springfield. What are some of the findings that you've found in this last couple of days?
Absolutely. Well, look, there's no doubt that Brisbane is a strong market at the moment. There is so much activity happening in this market. There's a lot of talk in the industry about Brisbane being, the next big growth state, and we wanted to come see for ourselves. And there's no better way to do that than to get on site, get our feet dirty, get amongst the builders and the developers, and go out there and actually live it and breathe it and see what all the fuss is about. Yeah. So I guess from some of the estates and areas that we visited. I mean, yesterday we went through the northern part of Brisbane, so we went through the North Lakes, the Stone Ridges, certain new areas that are popping up, particularly around those suburbs. We made our way down the western corridor as well, through also, places.
Actually had a look at Joyner as well, just while we're up there in terms of north. A lot going on up there. So.
Absolutely. Even places like in the western part, such as Springfield, Ipswich, and a lot of those growing areas. And one thing that's evident is that there is no lack of population growth in this state. The amount of people that are moving into this state on a daily basis is phenomenal, and the kind of infrastructure that's getting developed to support that population growth is mind-blowing. For me, I always look at a strong investment like a strong table. And a strong table needs those four legs. It comes down to population growth being the first leg. You got your jobs, and that's what generally keeps people in that area. You want to make sure that you're attracting the right demographic, and that there's the right amenities to support that demographic. So every time we've gone out to any estates or any new area, I'm always asking the builders and the developers, well, how does this rate and how does it tick off, with their developments, and how is it going to make our clients, or how does it give us certainty that this is the right place to recommend to our clients? Because part of our job is really not just to sell real estate, but to actually disqualify the stuff that's not going to stack up in order to make sure that we're dealing with quality stock that's going to go up in value over the years. Yeah. So
and just hitting those metrics, I think you can see with the amount of investment, the amount of growth in terms of population and so forth, and just the amount of infrastructure. You look around, you see cranes everywhere. Yeah. The opportunities we saw yesterday at Springfield with major corporations like GE, IT centres being built out of that premises. All the major players are out there, your Bunnings, your Masters, and I mean that from what they were telling us, they're at 30,000 homes, or 30,000 population I should say, driving out to nearly 130,000. So the growth is phenomenal, and then you've got surrounding areas like Red Bank Plains, Augustine Heights, Ripley, which are just coming on in leaps and bounds. So there's just so much opportunity up here, and it's, as you said, it's fantastic to get on the ground, walk the dirt, see it for yourself, and make sure that these investments, particularly for our interstate clients, are certainly stacking up.
Absolutely. One of my mentors once said to me, a sign of a growing area is just based on the number of cranes that are up and based on a number of construction sites that are going. And all you have to do is just look around, and you just see cranes everywhere. You see, if you were to head out into some of these growth corridors, you just see development happening left, right, and center. So for us, it gets us excited because this is our business, this is our bread and butter, this is our livelihood. It depends on measuring these kind of these metrics. And when we do go out to a place like Springfield, which was just a dream for a man from Malaysia, which was they wanted to create a satellite city, and some of the stuff that they're going through is absolutely mind-blowing.
Amazing story, yeah.
Like to give you a quick insight, the Springfield area is actually going to be bigger than a Brisbane CBD, Sydney CBD, Melbourne CBD. It's just phenomenal. And 30 years ago it was nothing but just rural land. You needed a compass just to find your way around. Whereas now you go out there and it's got some of the biggest companies in the world setting up their infrastructure and basing their investments in that area. They've recently built a train line that extends just specifically for that. The train line ends at Springfield.
Major investment.
Absolutely. You got companies like GE building a $50 million building, setting up their international headquarters in that area. You got companies like Bunnings and Masters opening up right next to each other. One of the biggest shopping centres in the Southern Hemisphere, all there. The growth projections for that one particular estate was just absolutely phenomenal, because currently they're sitting at 30,000. They're projecting something like 120,000 people to occupy that space. So, you know, some of our viewers can see in one of our other videos where we actually got the developers to talk to us in a lot more detail about that just that one area. And, you know, even if all we did is just walked away with that one insight on that one particular area, you know, I know that's going to change the lives of many of our clients over the coming years. However, we're not stopping there. So today we're obviously doing a lot more. We're going down the southeastern corridor, so that growth corridor between Brisbane and the Gold Coast, which is, you know, again forecasted to be another major growth suburb or a growth area, particularly for the fact that, you know, you've got the 2018 Commonwealth Games happening in the Gold Coast. And the amount of people that are moving into the Gold Coast has, you know, companies like KPMG have done some research, and basically they're saying that by the year 2030, Gold Coast is going to be the next major city after Brisbane. So it's going to be obviously your Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and then the next biggest city after that's going to be the Gold Coast. The amount of people that are moving into this state, you know, particularly for things like jobs, things like, you know, the climate, it's absolutely beautiful weather. I know that, you know, in Adelaide at the moment,
it's blessed, yeah. You think you're in the middle of spring up here.
Yeah, it's cold, it's raining, it's you know, and this is in the middle of winter, and we're up here, and, you know, we need to put the aircon on, and we got burnt yesterday, you know, on site. So for us, all the fundamentals on what stimulates growth is evident. You know, for us, we want to obviously see for ourselves and be amongst the action, which is exactly what we've done. We've got plans to bring our clients here in the future as well, to actually show them and get them involved with, you know, with our developers, with our builders, to actually live it, breathe it, and see it for themselves. But there's no better way to, you know, really see this stuff for yourself unless you come out here and get to live it and breathe it.
Absolutely, and I think as you were talking about those major master plan developments like Springfield having what they called social equity, so the golf course nearby, all the amenities for literally families can, you know, spend the next 20-25 years of their life there and actually live a very good quality of life, commute into in terms of getting easily into Brisbane if you work in Brisbane. So fantastic opportunities coming up here.
I mean, Christian, we can sit there and talk about, you know, Springfield for hours, you know, and what I would encourage is our viewers to actually look at the other video that we've done specifically for that estate. But for today was really just to give, you know, our viewers an insight on what we're doing up here in Brisbane, the reason why we're doing it, and, you know, why we're excited about some of the opportunities that present themselves in the state and in this city. I look forward to getting in front of you guys again and, you know, giving you more insights on some of the other growth areas. But for now, we just wanted to check in with you guys, give you a quick rundown of where we're up to, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon.
Excellent, Dale. Thank you.
Thanks, Christian.
Cheers.